Yeah, right now we're sticking with Cater.
And he's played how, do you think?
I think he's played good. I hadn't had any effect on me yet. They haven't inconvenienced me or been in my meetings yet, so it really hasn't done anything for me yet. I'm sure it will at some time. Yeah, I thought they both played good. I still think Jalen's going to keep improving. He had such a long period of inactivity. There was good improvement from game 1 to game 2, and we've talked about it, and he's going to just keep getting better and better. Yeah, at times there is. A lot of it depends upon the flow of the game. We don't have a lot of D linemen on the active roster in comparison to other teams. So they're capable. They've done it in the past, and they've done it this year so far of being able to log a lot of plays. We just need to be as good as we can be, not really get caught up in statistics. But I do think we are headed in the right direction. As you say, we have most of our guys back now. We went through our share of the injuries early in the year, and I'm optimistic moving forward. Just overall, we've just gotten better doing some of the little things at every level of the defense, and when you do that, you end up getting good results. There isn't one silver bullet that's happened that's made us better. It's just kind of been a collective effort. Yeah, you definitely want to be a defense that can take the ball away. And we've had our moments, as you said, where we've had some, then we've had some dry spells too. And that's an area, that we definitely can improve on. And I think we have the guys to do that. A while ago it did, but, it's never gotten any momentum. Yeah, in Jalen's case, he's just, he missed those 4 games and took him a game or two to get his timing back, his feel back. And I think he's playing really good now. And I think Bradley's played good the entire season. Everybody gets caught up in numbers at times, and he didn't have X amount of sacks early on, but he's had some here lately. But I think he's been playing good all year. It's good to see for him, happy for him. He had a tough stretch in there in Denver. The 3 years we were together, he was hurt a lot and never could get into a groove. And now I think everybody's seeing the player that he can be. No, I don't look at the analytics part of it. I watch the tape, and I know if our pass rush is good enough or not. Well, I think it goes back to his question there with the guys, the D linemen. Usually most teams will rotate their D linemen a lot, which ups those numbers that you just alluded to. We're low on D linemen, so we don't do it as much. So that's part of that. But the Raiders' great defensive player, Max Crosby, he never comes off the field, and it never affects his effort. So guys can do it. I see a great player. I've went against him all those years in Green Bay, when he was in Green Bay and I was in Chicago. And he's got great size, great ball skills, really good catch radius. He's strong at the ball, runs good routes. He's definitely one of the top receivers in the league. Yeah, we just have to come in with the right mindset. They're going to try and run the ball. That's what their mantra is right now, and they've done a good job of it. Jacobs is an excellent back, one of the top backs in the league. They're doing a good job of blocking for him, both the line, the tight ends, and the fullback when he's been available to play. So it will be a stern test. I don't know that I have that answer, but it needs to be your inside linebackers and your safeties, and I think our guys are doing a good job. It's getting better. Part of that communication, too, involves getting the play call in on time, for my part, to where they can be ready to go. Some of that is slowed down. You get teams subbing often, and you're not sure what's on the field. But I think our guys are communicating better, but I agree with Bake that it can get better even more. I look at it, but it's just a piece of the equation. It's not the end-all, be-all, There's a lot of guys that give you the analytics, but they're just reporting what they bought from some service, and they didn't actually look at the tape themselves to verify. So If you tell me something, I want verification, and either you need to give me verification or I need to watch the tape and get my own verification. So I do listen to it, and if there's something interesting, I'm going to verify. I'm just not going to take that as the gospel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you self-scout yourself every week, not just on a bye, and you have to weigh all those factors you just said. What do we do best? A major factor is who we're playing. A lot of times that changes things. We may have played a bunch of similar stuff in one game. Now we go against another opponent and we're playing totally different, and it's because of the opponent. So it's a factor, but you have to take everything with a grain of salt. And it's a combination of who you are, what you do best, and how do you have to play to stop the other team. Not to the degree that I think you're insinuating, but definitely you got to play what you need to play to compete with your opponent. So if that means you have to change something and do something radical, you can. But we've never gone out and created a whole new defense. We do things different from week to week, but conceptually the players know it. We're just getting to it a different way. Yeah, that's the fine line you have to weigh. There's a lot of times you'll be sitting in there in staff meetings and you come up with a good idea, or one of the coaches does, but it'd be foreign to our players, and in the short amount of practice time you have, you wouldn't be able to perfect it to the degree you want to perfect it to be comfortable. So there's all that stuff, and that goes into the final decision.
Vic, you explained your thinking well on your decision to play Deshaun Elliott virtually all the snaps, or all the snaps, with Holland. That said, do you have in the back of your mind a package that would take advantage of Brandon Jones' unique blitzing skills that he showed the year and a half prior to your arrival, where maybe we might see that?
Yeah, maybe.